Today's topic is 3 steps to feminine time management. And what I mean by that is a set of tools to help you manage your time so that you can actually get to the front side of your schedule. What I'm committed to on your behalf is you having the focus, the presence, the wisdom, and the tools to really walk through your day present, grounded, able to be efficient, serve your clients, make great money, but not lose yourself in the process. Because here at Women Rocking Business, we are all about you having a business that fits into your life, rather than having to fit your life around an overly busy business schedule. One of the things that I always get asked is, how do you possibly work 12 days a month or less and run $1 million company? So that's exactly what I want to teach you today. I want to teach you how I'm able to work a lot less than a lot of entrepreneurs. Whether you want to have a schedule where you work 12 days a month, whether you want to have a schedule where you work only in the mornings so that you can be with your kids in the afternoon, whether you want to have a schedule where you just work a couple days a week, whatever that dream schedule is, let's help you get clear on how you could start to achieve that, because there are so many things that you're learning at once in order to grow a business, which is why it's so important that you have structure, that you have mentorship, that you have community, because without those things, it's like having to learn 10 foreign languages at once. Here's the thing, you have a big mission and you're moving really fast. And you've got to give yourself time to sustain that schedule. I want to dive in and get you the first tool to really managing your time from a feminine place. And that is to write this down. Don't keep anything in your head. Okay, when you try to keep to-do lists and details in your head, when you find yourself spouting off in your head about all of the things that you should be doing to grow your business, we've got to get a handle on that one inside of you that spins out. And it's actually one of the biggest problems my clients come to me and tell me is going on. And I see entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs that are in their first couple years of business getting caught in this spin cycle all the time. I think it's one of the biggest things that we're up against, because there simply are so many things that you could be doing to grow your business. And you've got to actually get a handle on what is the actual plan? What is the proven method that you can emulate, right? We like to say, write this down, imitate before you innovate. Learn from somebody who has accomplished and achieved what you want to accomplish and achieve, and absolutely then bring the innovation, bring your authenticity, but don't try to reinvent the wheel, and don't try to keep everything in your head. So when those to-do lists start running in your head, or the details, or the you should do this and you should do that, I'm going to invite you to get a hold of that and then to actually start to write it down. I make lists in my phone. I put things straight into my schedule. What this allows me to do is it allows me to walk through my life always feeling like there's space for what's on my to-do list. Don't keep anything in your head. Pen to paper can still be a wonderful way to supplement this calendar. I still have all my appointments in here, and I like to have some to-do lists in here because sometimes I'm out and about. This is in my purse. I don't carry my paper schedule with me. That is how I do it. My clients begin to do it with this system too, and they love it, love it, love it. So try it, see if it works for you. If you find yourself in overwhelm, you've got to check yourself. Am I writing stuff down? Am I saying no to some of the things that are crowding up my life? And am I getting enough support? It takes a tremendous amount of support to run these businesses. There's a quote that says, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. We need normal work hours. It doesn't mean that we have to keep those hours every single day, but any kind of efficiency and greatness is created within a container. You, goddess, you are becoming a container for your clients. Therefore, you also require a container to hold you as you blossom into the leader that you're becoming. What I recommend that you do is modeled after an incredible story, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There was a man named Charles Schwab in the 1930s, and he had a steel company, and he noticed that his workers were not being very efficient. Like, they were dropping the ball and taking way too long to get things done, and they were having to pass tasks off from person to person to person to person just to get things done, and they weren't focusing on what they were supposed to be focusing on. So Charles Schwab, being the dreamer that he wanted to be the biggest producer of steel in the country, in the world. But Bethlehem Steel at the time was struggling. So he stumbled upon this productivity expert named Ivy Lee. And he didn't want to hire Ivy Lee, even though Ivy Lee told him, I can help you with this whole productivity thing. So Ivy Lee said, why don't I teach you and your team my #1 tool for efficiency? And you guys can use it for a few months. And you can write me a check for what you think it's worth. And if it's not worth anything, no worries. After using that tool for 3 months, Charles Schwab wrote Ivy Lee a check for like $25,000, which in today's currency would be worth over $400,000 at least. This is a very valuable tool, and I have used this exact tool to grow my $1 million company. What you've got to do at the end of your workday is forecast for tomorrow. We have a sense of what can be created tomorrow from a much calmer place when we're sitting in today than when we step in to the chaos that is tomorrow. So if you do not take the time to think through how tomorrow's going to go, you are losing hours and hours of efficiency out of your schedule. What are the things that I can do tomorrow to move me forward toward my vision the fastest? This is what Ivy Lee taught Charles Schwab's team. Because what happens is we get caught up in the chaos of tomorrow, and we forget that there's certain things that we could be doing to actually move our business forward. The most successful people on the planet, the CEO of Facebook, uses this exact formula. You've got to get to the front side. And here's what it looks like. Asking yourself, what are the 3 to 5 things that are the most income producing activities that I could do tomorrow? And then start your day that way. Don't start your day by checking email. Big mistake. Start your day focused on following up with potential clients. Start your day focused on making that phone call about that speaking engagement that you're wanting to have happen so that you can get on stage in front of a bunch of people and enroll a bunch of new customers. The things that you're most afraid to do, start your day with those things. What my clients find is that when they start their day with the most high level, scariest action steps, they get a little shot of adrenaline. It gives us the energy, the excitement, the passion to say, yes, I'm putting a stake in the ground. I'm saying yes to this business. I'm saying yes to these dreams. And it lets your subconscious know that, yes, you are moving forward. You are not playing small. I want you to write this down, that you're going for completion and not perfection. There is a universal law that says that the time it takes to complete a task expands into the amount of time that you give it. When you're writing a newsletter, when you're creating your Facebook page, if you give yourself all day to create those words and think through what you want to say, you could take all day. But it's all about completion and not perfection. Be willing to get it done imperfectly so that you can get these things done and move forward. All right, that brings me to feminine time management. Step number 3, write this down. You've got to clump your time. What I mean by that is that you actually clump similar activities during your week, during certain hours of the week, so that you're not switching back and forth from doing a client session to running to the post office to doing another client session to figuring out what words are going to go on your website. And then it can take the brain up to 4 times longer to refocus when you get distracted, because there's different spheres of the brain that actually are used for different actions. What we've got to do is we've got to actually set normal client hours for you. These are the hours where you see clients. I work with my clients on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and outside of that, I rarely am with a client unless it's an emergency. Those of us who have scaled our businesses, and my clients that really scale their businesses, they've learned the difference between working in their business and on their business. We've got to have time for both. And as you scale, you're going to want to get to the point where you have about almost half your time available to work on your business. What I recommend, and here's how I do it, is that you have at least 8 or 10 or 12 or 15 client hours in your week. So if you can, give yourself a couple of days. If you're still transitioning out of a job, give yourself a couple of 4-hour slots where you put all your clients. I have clients every year. I have a client right now who's working full time and starting her business. Okay, we're going to figure that out. She sees clients Tuesday nights from 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. and Saturday mornings. And then she gets that done at the very beginning of the weekend. And then she has the whole rest of the weekend to play. She works on her business a little bit outside of those hours, but she knows that's when she can see clients. And this is an important mindset shift. Write this down. It's not about you asking your clients when they want to do a session with you. You ask them to fit into your schedule. You're the mentor. Don't open up your schedule wide open for clients, right? That's not the mindset of leadership. You've got this time set aside in your week, whether it's 8 hours or 15 hours, and you use that time to see your clients. And if you don't have clients, you do the top 3 to 5 things during that time that you know will get you clients the fastest. You offer free sessions, you book speaking engagements, you get in front of people, you follow up with people from networking events, you go to networking events. Those are your client recruiting hours. And what's going to happen is you start to set this schedule up for yourself, is you're going to feel a sense of safety within your business. And we've got to create that as entrepreneurs. So for me and for a lot of my clients, because we work Mondays through Thursdays and we take Fridays off, Monday is a day to work on our business. That's also really helpful because if we go to a weekend event and speak at an event, we can have Monday to kind of transition back into our world. So can you see how having my week organized in this way allows me to just relax and breathe and be calm, because there's like order, there's structure holding me. Being a free spirit takes great discipline. I know that you think that you are Superwoman, but you're not. Your body has got to be taken care of. So here's my last, most hottest tip. And if I had not learned this tip, there's no way I would have gotten to 7 figures. Set your schedule in 90-minute chunks and then take a break. If you're not resting, you're not treating your business like the marathon that it is. It is not a sprint. This is a commitment that you're making for life. I don't care what you can do in 1 year. Let's talk about who you can be and all of the people whose lives that you can change a decade from now. And that comes from you making sustainable decisions about your schedule. You're taking time to rest. So here's how it works. Set the timer for 90 minutes. When that 90-minute mark goes off, whether you're working on website copy, whether you're working on your business, you're marketing yourself, you're working, when that 90-minute timer goes off, you take a 10 or a 15-minute break, you walk around the block, you get a snack, drink some water, and then after that 10 or 15-minute break, you will get back to work with even more efficiency. Because what they've found is over that 90-minute amount of time, your efficiency starts dropping. What I recommend you do is I recommend you take that 10 or 15-minute break every 90 minutes. And then when you come back to work, you're going to be able to maintain that efficiency. Number 1, don't keep anything in your head. Write it down. Play with having a pen to paper time scheduler so that you don't end up walking around with this crazy long to-do list that's like weighing you down. Number 2, set normal work hours and get to the front side of your schedule by really reviewing what tomorrow is going to look like before you shut down your workday today. Number 3, clump your time rather than all the crazy multitasking. And I'm not saying you never get to multitask, but do your best to clump your time. So you have normal client hours and time to work in your business and then time to work on your business.
Don't forget to hit subscribe so we can get you weekly feminine business trainings delivered to your inbox.